Happy Friday, everybody, and this is Auntie, and I am here to do a review on one of the craziest shows that I have seen since the Duggars. We're talking about Big City, Big Family, Season 1, Episode 1. Y'all, if this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button and joining this family. To all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. Yo, so we got this new show on TOC called Big City, Big Family, and it is based around Mark and Amber's children. Mark and Amber have 11 kids. Let me make sure I got that right, honey. Okay. No, the De La Moat family are musically talented broad of 13. Okay, 13. Dear children, they are proud parents of 11 kids who range from the age of 6 months to the age of 22, and Amber has the audacity to want more. She wants more children. She says she wants at least one more. Y'all, this story right here, when I saw this, I was like, I gotta cover this because it reminds me so much of the Duggar family, okay? The Duggars. These kids are doing what they call Burking. I ended up looking it up, right? Because I felt like it was panhandling. But they saying that it's legal and it's not panhandling and that there are benefits to Burking. So let me give y'all those benefits real quick. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. Y'all, let me give y'all what Burking is. Okay, so wait a minute. Y'all, I was like, what is going on? So it says Burking is not a widely recognized term, but it's likely. No, that ain't it. No. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Let me find that out. Find that. Busking. Busking is what they're doing. Okay, hold on. Busking. So I said Burking is busking. So it says the activity of playing music in the streets or another public place for voluntary donations. They call it busking. They said it derives from a Spanish word buscar, which means to seek. The word was first used in English in the 1980s to describe traveling street performers. Busking is a term of performing in public for money or gifts. It can include singing, dancing, juggling, or other forms of entertainment. Buskers often perform in high traffic areas like street parks and festivals. So, as you all know, here on this channel, I don't show kids, right? I don't do the kid thing. So, I won't be showing the kids, neither will I be showing Mark and Amber. But I don't know if you all are looking at this show. But if you're not, you need to, because this is an interesting story. And I'm getting ready to talk about number one. So when we opened up this episode of Big City, Big Family, right? We see all the kids, we see the hustle and the bustle, and Mark and Amber are talking about, them moving to New York from California because their oldest daughter, Pearl, got admitted into Juilliard for music, right? She's on a full scholarship, full ride. So instead of them letting go of her, right, and letting her go to New York, spread her wings at 20 years old on this full scholarship, they uproot their whole entire fucking family to New York. They're saying that, they got to make sure she's safe and all that kind of stuff. And so, they felt like, she was going to be, Pearl was going to be happy about the fact that they came with her. When they asked Pearl, Pearl was like, I disagree with that. She kind of laughed it off. And she was like, I don't know why they would say something like that, given the fact that, I wanted to come and I wanted to have my own life, live my own life, that type of thing, right? And I just was like, she needs to. Now, mind you, they're in this household with all of these kids and they have no television, no nothing. This family is on TikTok. And one of the ways that the mother makes her money is from revenue that she earns while she's on TikTok. The father is I think a program analyst or something like that. And he gets paid, I think he said like $6,000 a month. But guess what, y'all? Their rent in New York, is $12,000 a month. You make that make sense and make the math make sense. So as a result of it, the kids got to go out busking in the streets of New York. Now, Pearl, who is 20 years old, like I said, going to Juilliard, lives on the campus a third of the time, and then she lives at home with her family. They are, of course, fundamentalists. Because damn well ain't nobody having no 11 kids in this economy, in this world right now, but them. Anyway, y'all, so hold on, because I wrote notes down on this. So Pearl has been dating, wait a minute, yeah. Pearl has been dating this guy named Adam downtown to the school for the last 4 months. She is afraid to tell her parents. She's out in the street with her girlfriend Dovey, right? She met Dovey when she got on campus. And she was telling Dovey they had went out and she was talking about, Dovey was like, you gonna pick out some pants. And she was like, no, I'm not gonna pick out pants. And she was like, why? It seems like you don't like them. She said pants are men's clothing. So even though I don't wear the fundamentalist clothes anymore, I'm only going to be picking out dresses. And I was like, what in the is going on here, right? So anyway, she's been dating this guy named Adam, and she doesn't want to tell her parents about it because they believe that unless you are ready to get married, then you should not be dating. Now, of course, we all know they're not down on the fundamentalist camp anymore. She out in real life, right? And so, she's like, okay, drive carefully, Azale. Yeah, they live in Harlem. It is y'all. This is, in my opinion, the Duggars on crack. TLC finds the weirdest families and bring them to the forefront for us to look at this foolishness and try to make sense of it. This is the dumbest. This is dumb. So anyway, she got a brother named Josiah, right? He's in a relationship with this girl named Eleanor. But Josiah is lying and hiding and dipping and diving about his damn relationship that he's in with Eleanor. So Eleanor lives in Pennsylvania, okay? And so she comes up, frequently to come and see him, but not enough for the parents to be feeling any kind of way about it, right? And so they met each other on live, but he has never told his parents that he was dating this girl. So Josiah, who sassy as hell, okay, um, Josiah, who sassy as hell, has a very sarcastic mouth. He's all up in Pearl's business. Now, mind you, the reason why that is because of Pearl. And so, he was talking about, in his confessional that his parents have a big double standard when it comes down to him and when it comes down to her. And he said just in general, they have a big double standard as it relates to how men are treated and how women are treated. So they said that, it's hard, money is tight, and all that kind of stuff. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. They have to gather 11 people together to go out and busk on New York streets. So they coming out of the house. They got all these kids they got to round up, including this little 2-month-old baby. And they trying to figure out, do we go to Times Square? Where do we go in order to busk, right? So they got to get on the subway. If y'all ever been on New York City subways, I don't get on it. I will Uber, honey, until I got a dime in my bank account. But they got to get out, get everybody together. They go down. They have to find out where they're going to be able to busk at, where somebody else isn't already busking. Okay. And then they got to go out there and sing. Now, the kids are saying that, when they're born, they're given these instruments, right? According to their personality. So they're playing violins and all of that kind of stuff. One of the sons said that he never even knew about a beat to music. All he knew was, strings and, stuff like that, right? So they're out there, y'all. I'm talking about straight out in the street of New York City, busking for money so that their parents can pay the rent. Now, the parents say that when the kids go out and busk, whatever they make in a day, they get to keep 10% of it and do what the hell they want to do with it. I did not see that because we saw them go to the store together and they told each one of them get one thing. Get one thing, that's it. So how are the children able to spend? And where's the 2-month-old baby, the 4-year-old? Who's taking care of their 10%? Are they putting it in a trust fund? Where is it going when they're barely making rent? They are barely making rent. Y'all, this family is wackadoodle. $12,000 to follow your 20-year-old daughter around so you can make sure that she doesn't get pregnant or have sex or kiss a boy. What the? He said they had a savings and the savings is gone. And they are living in the heart of Harlem. And she believes, okay, if we live in Harlem, then, New York is profitable to us because we get to go bust. It's so many people in New York busking. And I always walk by. I've never stopped and seen anybody that I've been impressed with. We got that in the DC streets. So they said that before they came to New York, their grocery was $300 for all of these kids. Because mind you, it's 13 of them, including the parents. Now their weekly grocery bill is $900. They're saying that these kids do not have to work. But then at the end of the show, the father was saying that the busking that the kids are doing is paying the fucking bills. The kids are already busking 5 days a week. And now, because they're not making enough money, okay? Because they're not making enough money, the kids gonna have to increase more. But I thought that you said earlier on in the show that the kids don't have to busk. So somebody just asked, what is busking? Busking. The term busking is busking is a term for performing in public for money or gifts. Let me see if I can copy this and put this in the chat. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can put this in the chat. I thought it was panhandling. That's busking. I could have sworn it was panhandling. So before this show, honey, I thought all them people was out there panhandling. But I guess it ain't, because it's called busking. And they are sitting up here telling us that these children don't have to busk. So the 3-year-old and all the other little babies that they dragging behind them don't have a choice what they get to do. The older kids don't have to babysit and help them carry all the other kids down there. This is some bullshit. They wouldn't even let Pearl. Now that Pearl is dating, they decide that they're gonna have the girls was doing this banner, right, for one of the little girls' birthday. I think she was turning either 12 or 13 years old, right? And so they were doing like a little sign for her to have up, right? Put up for the birthday party. You know, like the Duggars. Homemade. Okay. Because Pearl has asked the parents, okay, so Pearl had asked Mark and Amber whether or not she could have a boyfriend over, right? She said this is her friend. You know, she's been dating him. Now, of course, she was scared to death to tell her because when she was talking to Dovey at the clothing store, Dovey was like, have you told your parents yet? And she said, no, I'm scared. And she said, that's so unusual because she said that's so unusual because I would be excited to tell my mother if I'm dating to get like her her thoughts about it and stuff like that, but she don't have the luxury to do that. Okay, she don't have the luxury to do it. It's just point blank into the period, right? And so Pearl tells her family about Adam. And when she's telling her family about Adam, and they were asking her how long she had been seeing him, Josiah stood up there and was like, oh, how long you been keeping this secret? And she was like, the audacity, Josiah, when you sitting up here sneaking your damn self. Now, see, Josiah is 22 years old, right? Let me make sure I get it right, honey, about his age. Josiah is 22. He been dating Eleanor for 4 months. He's lying to his parents, right? Because he plans on marrying her. So they're sitting there and they're telling Pearl, you're not gonna be able to do this. You know, we need to meet him. You know, it's dangerous. The father literally told her that dating is dangerous. Now I understand that dating can be dangerous if you date the wrong person or you on these lines and stuff like that. But in general, this is somebody you go to Juilliard with, right? What's dangerous about it? He made it seem like the whole fucking world is gonna fall apart if she's dating this guy. This guy comes from a big family, a family of 7. He's been admitted into Juilliard, and y'all know how hard it is to get into Juilliard, okay? So he comes from good stock. But they so damn scared that she gonna get pregnant. But Mark and Amber talk about when they met each other, that they went on and got married because they liked each other so much they wanted to have sex and stuff. So she's saying even in this, right? I peeped her game because she said that even though we together, we married and got all these kids, we got some problems too. I know goddamn well y'all got some daggone problems. You damn right they got problems. So, like I said, y'all, they pay $12,000 for rent. Her husband is a project manager, and his job allows him to pay half the rent, but he don't have nothing afterwards because that's $6,000 of $12,000. Like I said, she does content creation on TikTok, and that's her main place where she really makes the money and everything, right? And her father said that everything else, the groceries, all the rest of that comes from busking. So the boyfriend Adam, Pearl's boyfriend Adam, comes down to the house. They're asking him, whether or not he's ready to be married. They don't agree with them dating one another unless they marry. But the thing about it was Pearl sat outside before Adam came in the house. So she was like, Adam, let me tell you, my parents is weird as fuck. Okay. I come from a fundamentalist community. Now they said that they left the fundamentalist community. It's the regular one, IFD or something like that, whatever. They said they left because it was too many rules. But yet they got 1,000 rules on their kids, and Pearl couldn't get up and go to New York on her own. So riddle me that. Help me understand that. Help me understand that. Now, you know what, Maddie? Somebody told me that they wanted me to do the playoffs, but I wasn't interested in it, right? I'm just starting to really get interested in other content, even to the point where, I'm noticing that a lot of people now watching it, but I really want to do the content that I want to do on this channel, right? And I want to get us kind of out of the box. I want to stay in, I still want to cover 90 Day Fiance and stuff like that. But I really do want to get out the box. And that's why I'm looking at different shows. Right after this, I'm going to be doing my review of Beyond the Gate, which was crazy as hell. TLC, Trishan. It's on TLC. So where was I at? So they had went out. The father was saying that, they was trying to tell Adam about things, but they said what they got was the zingies. The zingies means, you want to have sex, you want to get busy, you want to kiss, you want to jump on top of each other. It's the dumbest, okay? So anyway, they ended up, the family went out and went to busking again, right? And I don't know if they was at Times Square. It didn't look like it, but they was somewhere downtown in the Manhattan district, right? And they only made $85. And so Josiah was like, hell no, we got to be making more than this because Josiah is dating the girl Eleanor, right, from Pennsylvania. So he has to make sure that he got enough money to take care of Eleanor's ass because he's trying to get an apartment and stuff. So when Keith found out that they only made $85, now mind you, the kids get 10% of that. That ain't shit. You done pay more in transportation than you made busking. You say that the kids don't have to busk, and I'm going to repeat that. You say that the children don't have to busk, bitch, but next thing you know, you down there and they busking. You go down there and you sing your music, you play your little thing. I think it would be better if they had somebody down there at least singing. Come and say Mama Sama Makusan. Come and say Mama Sama Makusan. Or play music that's more up to date. Okay? Get on out there with it. Do the musical instrumental version of Kendrick Lamar. But they playing orchestra music. No. They got a couple of people standing around, but it ain't enough money for them to be making $850. They make $85. How do you split eight? You know what? $85. So the father, like, y'all gonna have to get y'all asses out here. These kids gonna get their asses out here, and they gonna be busking probably 7 days a week. The stuff that they're saying out of their mouth is so contrary. Like 1 minute the kids ain't gotta do it, the next minute the kids gonna have to come out this bitch 7 days a week. Where's the child labor laws at in this bitch? Where are the safeguards in place for child labor? So Mark said, look, it's time for us to stop. We live in month to month. Amber, we have got to get out of here. Maybe if we're going to stay in New York, we need to move in one of the other boroughs where it's cheaper for us to be able to maintain this lifestyle. But she don't want to do it because she like, okay, well, we're going to have to be driving, getting on the train and riding further. She's sitting up there crying. I love the kids and I gotta be around my kids and my kids gotta be safe and all of this so bullshit. And I'm sitting up here thinking to myself, what in the fuck is going on here? The mom says if Pearl wasn't in love with Adam, maybe she wouldn't be wanting to be here. Pearl is there on a scholarship. The father sat there and told her, Pearl is on a scholarship. She doesn't need us to take care of her. But she wants Pearl to keep coming back home because Pearl's ass got to get out there and busk. She got to get out there and busk. Hold on a second. She says that she does not want to leave the kids. And Key is sitting up there telling her, we got to do something different. We are struggling. We ain't got no money. Yo, I think that I was blind for a long time. And I'm going to say something, I swear to God, I don't mean to be offensive. But I never thought that so many people have financial issues live growing up in the Black community, if you know what I mean. I am learning from these shows and from these different things that I'm looking at here, there, and everywhere that we all the fucking same. And that these people have struggles. They are sitting out here living above their fucking means. And in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, this needs to be covered under child labor laws. Exactly, Giselle. She said she wanted one more kid. She said, well, let's just try for another couple of months. I don't want to leave Pearl. Pearl wants you to leave. Josiah wants you to leave. The oldest boy, what was the oldest boy name? They all want you to leave. She didn't want you to come in the first place. I'm going to be covering this show every week. Don't know whether or not I'm going to be doing it on live. Fridays is supposed to be my day off. But I'm going to spend some time with y'all. I will be back in a few minutes. I need to find out what my daughter needs. So I'm in this live. But y'all be looking for the thumbnail. I'll be coming up. And then on the other one, I ain't even gonna use a thumbnail, honey. I'm just coming up when we're gonna talk about Beyond the Gate tonight. Y'all, like, this is crazy. If y'all are not already watching this show, please watch the show, because in my opinion, it is absolutely the Duggars on motherfucking crack. Y'all let me know what y'all think downtown in the comments section, and if this is something that you are interested in watching, because it's a humdinger, child. A humdinger. And I think that they're going to be around like the Duggars for years. I think that the lady said, Amber said that they doing like a trial of 7. I think she said 7 to 9 episodes. So everything is on a trial. But anyway, let me know down in the comment section. And thank you so much for subscribing and having your notification bells on for me. I love y'all. And until we meet again, y'all be safe out there in those streets and in the water. Bye, y'all.